Hello, everyone. I'm here with Alex today, who's one of our clients, who's been in our program for about what, 60 days or so, right? But yeah, Alex, why don't you walk us through some of the results you've seen so far?
Yeah, so 60 days in, I've met with a handful, I don't remember the exact number, but I've met with a handful of sellers. I've got another handful in the works that aren't quite ready to go yet, but matter of fact, I got to follow up with a few later today. And then I've gotten one listing agreement signed so far that is going to be going live on the market today, actually.
Let's go. Okay, awesome. And I know you've actually tried a bunch of programs in the past now.
Yeah, namely my own attempt at Google Ads and social media ads, and it's just it's something that I learned needed to be outsourced because
Yeah.
when you're actually dealing with clients and deals, and I'm a broker, so I deal with agents as well. That is a tedious job that needs to be managed with somebody who has the expertise to manage it. So that's where you came in and your company, and now I outsource it to you so I can worry about servicing the leads, going after listings, and you could worry about the follow-up and the scrubbing and getting the ads up and running and the funnel in place and all of the back end stuff. So it's
Yeah.
a good sort of mutual relationship.
Yeah, and it becomes like a full-time job for a lot of agents. Like when they have like they're running their own ads and they're calling them, they're setting them, and then on top of that, you got to check in with your database and then still go service your clients. And you're a super busy guy. Like overall, I know you've got a bunch of stuff going on business-wise, like other businesses too. But overall, like how do you find it time-wise? Like do you feel like the process is pretty straightforward? Or you like it was a huge time investment in the beginning, or like how do you find the process overall?
Nothing too extreme as far as time wise. We did a series of YouTube videos, and I had to kind of makeshift set up my little studio in the office and
Yeah.
run through scripts that you provided. But I mean, with a few hours of solid work goes a long way.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of buckling down and getting it done. But to me, it wasn't anything overwhelming or anything crazy. It's just part of the setup. This is not, in real estate and any business, really, there's no easy button to just hit and all of a sudden we're getting magical
Yeah.
results. So you got to put in a little legwork, but you guys handled a lot of that on your end, making it easy. So no
Yeah.
big deal.
Plus, you were good on video. It wasn't a nightmare. I remember when we jumped on Zoom.
Oh,
It was pretty straightforward. It was good. So
yeah, I'm gonna launch my movie career after this. So
let's get it going. Okay, let's get it going. I wanted to ask, how do you find the quality of our leads so far?
good quality. Look, at the end of the day, if it's a real homeowner, potential seller, there's not much else that you can do until the process unfolds more. And what I mean by that is there's going to be a bunch of people that just want to know about, the value of their home, and they're not really serious. They don't really have real plans in moving and selling. And then
Hmm.
there's other people that are ready to go. Maybe they're overpriced, maybe they're not. There's always going to be those hurdles no matter what lead source it is, but that's the agent's job to get the client moving in the right direction. So lead quality, I think overall is good, but not every lead is going to be good.
Of
You know
course.
what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it's just a numbers game, and getting through people's hurdles.
Yeah.
So far, yeah, the lead quality has been good, and if we can hit one out of every X amount, then it's a win.
Okay. Perfect. And how do you find like working with us so far? Is it like you hate the beard, you're trying to run away, or like how do you find that like working with MV Multimedia?
No, it's been good. You guys have been good. Communication is probably the most important thing in what we're trying to do, I would say.
Of course.
And we had to work through some kinks in the beginning, which to me is normal with any endeavor that you're starting. You've got to go through the trial and error, and I had to learn on my end how to use the new CRM, and you know you're kind of getting a feel for me and how I work. So to me, the service has been good, but it's been because of communication that we're able to make progress. And so as long as we're always in each other's radar, it's all good.
Exactly. That's the most important thing. Like we see with a lot of companies, they'll do like email support where you gotta wait like 2 or 3 days to even just hear back from him, and it just slows the entire process, and then stuff breaks. So it's yeah, communication's the biggest part of it. And we tell this to everyone, like as long as you're keeping us in the loop, which you've been really, really good at with keeping us in the loop, like we'll be moving a lot smoother throughout the entire process. But I gotta ask,
Yeah,
like,
you've always been available for a phone call, and you call me
yeah.
probably more than I call you,
I'm annoying.
which
I'm super annoying. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And we're just gonna get even more annoying as we keep going because it's the only way to get really good results, right? It's rather be more annoying and make sure we're winning than like too laid back. You know what I mean? And final thoughts here before we wrap up. What would you say to someone that's probably tried a bunch of marketing companies, hasn't worked out, and they're kind of just not necessarily skeptical, but they're not sure about the quality of the leads that can come through YouTube ads for context. Like, what would you kind of say to them?
I would say you get what you pay for. You know, if at the what I've concluded is that there's got to be a healthy monthly marketing budget with a real company like you guys or something similar to see actual results. You know, a couple $100 isn't gonna do it, and so pairing the ad dollars with the service that you provide, then you can see results. Other than that, it's just not going to happen. The market is too sad. There's too many realtors and brokers and companies out there. So you've got to position yourself in front of the majority. And that's what I think we've done.
I should ask, were you skeptical before jumping into the program? And be fully honest. I'd love to hear.
Yeah, I mean, I'm skeptical with any there's as agents we get phone calls all the time from all kinds of companies, lead generation companies, somebody that wants to fix your website, somebody like there's always calls after calls after calls. I try to screen those as best as I can, just being experienced and having working with some of these companies that haven't worked or some that have
Yeah.
had success in the past. And yeah, so I'm always skeptical until you start seeing results. And then when you see results, you feel better about it.